Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another weather forecast here by Adrian's Weather Forecast. This is going to be another weather forecast here on this incredibly large tornado outbreak here. And again, we're going to be focusing on the large bands here. We also have some tornado warnings out here into southeastern Georgia near the border with Florida. We also have seen a couple confirmed tornadoes as well in Georgia, more in the southwestern part of the state there as well. So again, we're going to be looking at the major updates. We still, again, have a bit of a new update on the SPC outlook. We're going to continue to look at the radars. We're also going to be looking at comparing the severe weather reports compared to yesterday as well. So again, this is what we're going to be looking at now. So again, be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. I'm not going to be showing the maps I made earlier today on this video, as again again, you guys can just go check that out on the other video with my maps that I made, who can see the risk. But again, thank you guys so much for all the support in my the past couple of days. We've been getting a ton of new supporters, so I want to thank you guys so much for that. And also, again, if you are new, please be sure to subscribe. I do daily weather forecasts, and I also, again, as you guys can tell, I do forecast major severe weather outbreaks multiple times a day. Also, again, if you know anybody that will be getting hit by the strong severe weather and that you think they don't have all the information, please be sure to share the video. But without further ado, let's get in this video. So we're going to be looking at the National Weather Service right now. Again, here is our area of focus, as you can tell right here in the southeast. We do still have areas in the Gulf Coast as well as far west as Alabama and as far east as the areas near the border with South Carolina and Georgia. So we're going to be focusing this main area here where we do have multiple tornado warnings for multiple counties. Again, we have in big cities like Waycross. Again, in that tornado warning, we have seen confirmed tornadoes again in the Colquitt County here. Again, it's going to be for northwestern Camden County, southeastern Georgia, western Glenn County, southern Pierce County, Brantley County, northeastern Ware County, and southeastern Wayne County. So if you know anybody in those counties, please be sure to, again, tell them to take cover now, seek shelter, and it's time to, again, get prepared for a tornado. Again, we have a radar confirmed tornado here again, and we've had multiple confirmed tornadoes now in Georgia. So this is where we have these tornado warnings, and again, we do have these tornado watches here in the Tallahassee area. Again, we also do have much of the Panhandle in Panama City, Apalachicola, Bainbridge, Moultrie, Albany, Tifton, Valdosta now under a severe thunderstorm warning. Gonna have to watch out for there to see some powerful maybe supercells and maybe rotation. Defuniak Springs, you guys are also under severe thunderstorm warning. And then we also have these tornado watches as far west as the Mobile area, which they have been there since early in the morning. Again, also including the Pensacola area, of course. And we also have flash flood warnings due to the incredibly heavy amounts of rain we'll be seeing in a short period of time. So, or short time period. So here is the, again, major tornado warning here. As you can tell, we've had a ton of extensions, and the biggest city really in the way of this is Waycross. Again, we are seeing a very big wall cloud formation, and we are seeing again a defined hook on this system. As you can tell, this year we'll be seeing that out. That's what we're seeing again, that outflow, and then we'll be seeing the inflow coming in. So that is why we do, again, once again, we do have rotation there. If we actually do zoom in, you can actually see that does have a defined hook. So obviously we will be seeing the winds going towards the radar and away from the radar, which is going to be indicating, again, that rotation and vorticity. So again, that's going to be moving really out of northeastern, more like eastern, but also going to be moving maybe east northeast. So going to be heading towards the barrier islands here in Georgia, and we are seeing some powerful bands again. We had that severe thunderstorm warning for Valdosta. That's going to be heading now into the Florida border in the next couple of minutes. There, they'll be arriving near Lake City, and then we'll possibly see that severe weather arriving now in Jacksonville before it actually does diminish. Now let's check out the general southeastern radar again. As you can tell, we still have these bands all the way from the Louisiana area, so very powerful bands still all the way up in here into the south central. So as you can tell, we're going to be seeing these bands respawning as they do move inland. That's going to cause another overnight threat for Georgia and parts of Alabama. Again, really stronger. The stronger bands are, of course, in the southern Georgia area where we are closer to that border, and then we'll start seeing that rain out arriving to the South Carolina area and Alabama and even northern Georgia by later tonight, as we do see this respawning of bands. Still seeing very powerful bands again to southeastern Alabama, still very powerful bands south of Troy, near Dothan, Texas, and we'll be seeing that rain really starting to pick up now into the Columbia area. Starting to see that rain pick up near Augusta, and starting to see those first rain showers and outskirts arriving into Savannah. So definitely need to brace for impact close in Savannah. And again, here is the day one severe weather outlook here. As you can tell, this is our area of focus. It has pushed a bit more eastward now. We do not have Tallahassee anymore in this enhanced risk. Again, now we have areas, now this enhanced risk has moved eastward, so we have a lot more into South Carolina. So now Savannah, Georgia is now for sure in this enhanced risk, because earlier on it was kind of on the border. But again, here is their area of focus where we have that potential for very strong bands coming in later today. And we also have a very big threat for overnight tornadoes, which of course are a lot deadlier than the overday tornadoes. But again, this is right here our highest risk for today. An enhanced risk, it's going to be for the northern Florida area, more like the Jacksonville area, again, more near Gainesville, and then Valdosta, Georgia, much of southeastern Georgia. So now Alabama and southwestern Georgia, you guys are now out of this enhanced risk as the severe weather is continuing to push east. So you guys are mostly over with the worst of it right here. But again, we're still going to be seeing the respawning of storms, but they won't be as severe. We still have the slight risk again for areas like Atlanta, all the way to the far southeastern coast of North Carolina. Still seeing the slight risk again for New Orleans, Hattiesburg, Meridian, almost the whole state of Alabama's in it. Just that area near Florence, Alabama, we have that marginal, because again, those bands are really not going to be whatsoever near that area, except maybe some scattered, really scattered thunderstorms that will be really not too bad whatsoever. Again, we're going to be seeing that threat as well for areas into north central Florida as well coming. That's going to be later, closer to Friday morning, where we have that risk for Florida there. But again, this is where we have the enhanced risk. Again, the tornado risk is still at a 10% chance here, and it has kind of gone out of Florida now. So as you can tell, it looks like Florida is seeing less of a threat now for for tornadoes. Again, this yellow threat is a 10% risk, and that's our highest risk for tornadoes. That's, in other words, like seeing a 30 to a 40% chance there. Again, it's going to be maintaining southeastern Georgia in the far southern tip of South Carolina, of course, near the Savannah River, of course. So again, that is, if you know anybody in that yellow, again, definitely need to tell them to really be on the lookout for much of today. And if they have not yet to see really the heavier rain, they're probably mostly in the Savannah, Georgia area. Then they're definitely you need to watch out for now in the overnight hours. And then again, the evening, once it's dark, that's where we'll start to see those severe weather bands really intensifying over Savannah and, of course, southern South Carolina. So definitely need to tell them to definitely get prepared to see some very large hail, damaging wind, of course, tornadoes. Again, if you know anybody, even in the brown color, which is a 5% chance, also, again, share share the video to anybody there. So again, very high risk for tornadoes. Again, and most of the tornadoes we've seen today have been in the yellow. We've seen one or two actually in the brown, which is a 5% chance. Now we will be looking at the hail threat. Again, this is maintaining on the lower side. Really, the highest threat will be more in the south central and the areas like Alabama, Tennessee, and Georgia. So as you can tell, the hail threat isn't as high for the areas where we have the huge tornado risk. So you'll be seeing more of a hail threat for areas near Mobile, and where we have those bands all the way into the islands in the far eastern areas of Louisiana. That's where we'll be seeing mainly hail. So that's where we have a really big hail threat there, but not necessarily a tornado threat. So you may not see it being a tornado threat, but you are still seeing a very big hail threat, which is actually going to cause a lot of damage to cars, houses, of course, anything really. It's going to cause damage depending on how large it is. But we've already seen up to 1.5 inch size hail in some of these areas, so definitely major. And then the wind threat has gone down, or has moved down, of course, now with the enhanced risk. So now we don't have southwestern Georgia or Alabama in this 30% chance. So definitely we'll be seeing up to possibly 65 knots or greater in these areas within a 25-mile radius. So definitely crazy, as you can tell. Now we're going to be looking out here into today's severe weather reports. As of right now, we've had 4 confirmed tornadoes, and all of these have been in Georgia, of course, southwestern Georgia. For all of them, Colquitt County, which is again in that county next to the border with Florida. Again, we've had multiple tornadoes in that area with a very strong supercell there. That was a long track tornado for that area there. It was on the ground for a decent amount of time. And again, this is going to continue now to bring in that tornado threat, as again we have near the Waycross area. We had our first hail report for Georgia on the SPC. So that definitely again showing you how this hail threat isn't as high, but still going to be seeing it. Still going to of course a chance to see it, which is where we have a hail report. Again, all this for Colquitt County. Again, we've had again tornado reports near the Hamilton Elementary School crossing Highway 11. So if you actually live anywhere near there, definitely got you guys saw a tornado, and then we saw a tornado near Spence Field as well. That again is around 2 miles west northwest of the Spence Airport, and then a tornado reported near Buck Creek Church Road. So also seeing that again around 1 mile east northeast of Ellington. So this is what we have today so far. Again, at least we don't have a large amount of tornadoes, or at least we don't have a double-digit amount of reports of tornadoes. But again, that most likely will change. But I can't guarantee we see us seeing more than 15 reports today for tornadoes. It has gone pretty slow today, so again, it doesn't look like we will be seeing a whole ton of reports like we did see yesterday. We've seen it now 39 wind reports. Again, like I said, wind threat was definitely the biggest really threat, or as you can tell, we have up to a 30% chance, so really high. Again, yesterday we saw up to 28 tornado reports. Again, that hit us the worst or the state that got hit the hardest definitely was Oklahoma for sure. We definitely saw multiple tornadoes. Again, we've seen 2 fatalities, or no, actually, sorry, we saw seven fatalities because it just got updated like an hour ago. The amount of fatalities yesterday, and that was again around 7. And last time it actually did not reload; it was still at 2 fatalities. So again, definitely gonna be seeing a lot more fatalities coming in once we get the damage inspection and all that. That's when we get those EF ratings. But again, a whole ton of tornadoes again from near the border with Texas. Again, that was of course south of Oklahoma City, near the Oklahoma City area in Tulsa. We did see hail reports, and then we saw these long track tornadoes that did go through 3 states: Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Again, that went through the North Polk. It was I forgot the name. It was Fort Polk North and then Fort Polk South. So Polk County definitely got hit with that long track tornado that did again move through Louisiana, Mississippi, and Texas. So again, that's where we have those tornado reports for Mississippi there. Now again, we will be looking at the NAN3KN model here. Again, this is definitely showing the amount of the threat again for these overnight tornadoes. Again, we're gonna be seeing this, continuing to see these strong bands moving eastward here. Again, this is the big really tornado maker here that's moving through southeastern Georgia. Again, it's definitely get closer and closer now to the areas near Savannah, Georgia, getting closer to the Barrier Islands, getting closer into those general areas where we have a bit more population. And we're still seeing these respawning bands. We're going to be seeing some bands getting a bit stronger than others, so that's why we still have that threat for that slight risk. It's still extended. That's why we still have that slight risk for areas near southwestern Georgia. Because again, we're not done yet. We're still going to be seeing these really strong bands. Again, it is not done. We still have all these rain showers and thunderstorms in Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana. They're going to continue to move eastward with this wind shear and this westerly winds, and that's going to again bring more and more severe weather towards the Tallahassee area, closer to the overnight hours against Savannah, Georgia, and southern South Carolina. Definitely get hit really hard. We're going to have that same band that's going to be going through the areas near Waycross once again. So definitely be seeing another threat for the exact same areas, and that might affect more of a Florida area as well. And we could be seeing some strong bands as well tomorrow with wind shear, and also this incoming cold front. We could be seeing some very strong bands now for the north central Florida area. This actually might bring a bigger threat than actually today for these areas in north central Florida. Now we're going to be looking at the HRR for the European, and then this will wrap up the video. And then I might have my last video coming out in the evening just in case we have any large, of course, tornadoes and systems. But again, this is going to be the area where we have these chance for these respawning bands, of course. These are going to be the respawning bands as well. That's going to be now hitting the areas like Atlanta. And these are the big tornado makers, as you can tell, starting arriving closer and closer to Savannah. Gonna start definitely see that rain picking up for Savannah in the next couple of hours. You're definitely gonna get hit really hard though, really in the overnight hours as well. Areas near Columbia, Florence, also near Myrtle Beach, and also once again Valdosta and the Waycross area, Colquitt County. You guys are gonna get hit once again, and yet with another wave. And then of course tomorrow we have that severe weather risk for areas near Ocala, Orlando, and even Tampa, where we did see those tornadoes on Monday. Now let's go ahead and check the National Weather Service one more time to see if we have any new updates here on this right here. Again, we do have a new extension on this tornado warning now. this is now getting closer to the barrier islands. Let's actually check if we had which county. So we have Wayne, Ware County, Camden County as well. We have Southern Pierce County, Western Glen County. So again, we still have that confirmed tornado that is continuing to move eastward. Let's actually check out if we can actually check on the radar scope. Alright guys, this is actually a massive tornado. Here you see the very well defined hook, as you guys can tell. This is an incredibly well defined hook. Here, let me actually see if I can change the color here so you guys can actually see it, because it is, again, a black background. But again, we're seeing a incredibly large hail report here. Again, we're possibly seeing these purple colors. We're possibly seeing 3-inch size hail, and that is where we had that new incoming hail report. Again, here we have this tornado warning again extended for the next 28 minutes. Again, that's going to be, we had a confirmed large tornado, extremely dangerous tornado. Actually, we're near Nahunta, moving at east at 50 miles per hour. So again, this is actually now a PDS warning. So we have a particularly dangerous situation now. So again, we are seeing life-threatening tornadoes right here. That's going to be arriving around again towards the areas near Country Club Estates. Right, 3:20 will be arriving to the barrier islands. But again, look at this well-defined hook. You can actually see this outflow here, and then here you have the inflow. Kind of looks like we have a real fishing hook, like kind of like that. This is what it looks like. So we can possibly see inflow coming in both areas right here. So it looks like we have kind of like a little fish hook, or like an ups and like a S. As you can tell, kind of looks like we have an S right here. So that is definitely something right here, as you can tell. Again, here we have this TVS, a tornado vortex signature. So we have a now confirmed tornado here as well. Continue to move near the Junta area again. That is where we had that confirmed very dangerous tornado again. This is definitely bringing a very, very large hail. And then we have another mesocyclone right next to this as well. But again, here we have this tornado vortex signature. Look at this. Maximum delta velocity, 121 knots. So this is definitely a massive system. You can just see this inflow is just absolutely crazy. This inflow, it's just a crazy amount of inflow coming this area with this outflow as well. Looks like we just had a new tornado warning here, a new extension. It looks like so. And again, near the Waycross area, we did see pea-sized hail, but again, we're seeing a lot larger hail in this area. So definitely a major tornado. Again, this has been bringing a threat for the past couple of minutes, but it looks like we have like an S. It really looks like an S on this here. We have this tornado vortex signature. So again, definitely see a very, very organized inflow and outflow. This is just absolutely crazy. So I'm actually glad I actually had this radar scope to actually look at this. Let's actually check out now the check out the velocity. See this again. We are seeing a good amount actually of rotation. It's not actually really a ton of rotation exactly. Really, what you see really what the type of hook we're looking at, but we're definitely going to see elevate rotation right here, moving north of I don't even know how to pronounce that, Hoboken, Georgia. But again, this is definitely a really well defined hook. It's bringing a very large hail as well. Right here, we're going to be seeing well defined large hail again. Using this color, when we see those purples pop up, that's when we be seeing more than 2 inches or possibly maybe 2.5 inch size hail. That is what we're most likely seeing here. Again, let's actually see exactly how far it is going to be seeing. And I couldn't tell you guys getting around 12 kilometers away from this maze system, but where the inflow is, let's actually check out where we have that inflow. Again, it's going to be around 14 kilometers. So again, definitely a huge hook. This is actually a very well defined hook. So you definitely need to watch out. But again, this is actually a confirmed tornado. It is on the ground and it is strengthening, as you guys can tell. Again, it has now maximum sustained wind of 121 knots. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, we're going to continue to monitor this major tornado again. Of course, you guys know I would be live streaming right now, but of course I can't because of the issue, and I'm trying to solve that as fast as I can. But hope you guys enjoyed the video and stay safe.